Apprenticeship, again, a widely popular career option when it comes to the commerce field. Again, 3 levels: foundation, executive, and professional. Next, please. And the 3 levels are outlined here, along with the subjects that you will be tested upon or you will need to study. Now, for grades 9th and 10th, and even for students of 11th and 12th, when you're looking at the options, at the careers, if you're looking at a CA, or if you're looking at a CS, do keep in mind the subjects that you will need to study, right? And start building your base in 11th and 12th. Don't wait for college to build your base. You should be doing some amount of groundwork in 11th and 12th. That's the whole point of taking commerce at 11th and 12th, right? Next slide, please. Yeah, so it continues. Next, please. I'm sorry, I thought we'd be having an extended session, so I did a deep dive of the papers that are there when it comes to CA and CS. Next, please. Yeah, and this is the final module. Next, please. There are also certificate programs, courses that are available that you must or you can take up. Say, for example, certified financial planner, okay, or certificate in investment banking, or digital marketing. Digital marketing, in fact, I must stress upon, is a hugely popular course that is available right now. It's available online. You can do a short 9-month course. It basically teaches you the art and craft of how to market your product in the digital world. Because marketing it, face to face, or maybe selling it in a shop is different from selling it on the online world, in the virtual world. Okay, there's a huge difference. So digital marketing is becoming a big thing. Next, please. Yeah, I found this very interesting. So the National Stock Exchange and the Bombay Stock Exchange runs these certificate courses, like a certified capital market professional, wealth management, fundamental analysis for equity, financial modeling, finance for non-finance managers, and so on. And I think I noticed some 12 courses, certificate courses, that are offered by the NSE and by the BSE and also by SEBI, which helps you acquire specific domain expertise, let's put it this way, okay? And the world that we are living in right now focuses on expertise. You need to have a niche in which you can have expertise on. So the NSE and the BSE and the various certification courses can also be a very important takeaway for you. Next, please. Yeah, so I've just thought I would have longer time, so I've given an example of hedge fund. That's a term that we hear so commonly nowadays. So what is hedge fund? What does hedge funding mean? Okay, so a hedge fund manager, and if you were to become a hedge fund manager, basically what you do is you pool in money from investor, and then you invest that on behalf of the investor. It's an aggressive portfolio, right? Where there is specified return that you're looking at. Okay, so that is the job of a hedge fund manager, which is highly profitable, and salaries are very high paying. Next, please. Yeah, actuarial sciences, again, major career option for students with commerce, especially for students with mathematics, because there is a lot of statistics involved in it. So actuarial sciences, again, which deals with the analysis of risks across various fields like insurance and business and finance and healthcare. Anuradha ma'am spoke about the VUCA world that we're living in, right? It's volatile, it's unpredictable, it's complex, right? As a result, the importance of this discipline becomes so very much. The ability to predict, and predict not on the basis of some jantar mantar, but actually to employ mathematical formula, mathematical equations and statistics and financial theories to determine the risk involved in coming up with a product, let's say, or venturing into a market. Say, for example, would you at any point right now advise anyone to go and invest in Ukraine, right? So those kind. Next. Yeah, so Delhi University, very high, high in demand when it comes to commerce courses. So what is it that we offer at Delhi University? You have Bachelor of Management Studies, you have BCom Honors with Corporate Laws, you have BCom and Compensation Laws, you have BB Financial Investment Analysis, and Bachelor of Business Studies. Please note that BMS, BBS, and BBA Financial Investment Analysis is via DU Chat, right? And Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham also, I was noticing, I went through the website, they have a very interesting course on BCom and finance and IT. That's a fantastic. So they're combining fintech, right? And that's a very interesting course that I saw on their website. They also have one on BCom and finance and systems, because it's systemic. So to understand systemic knowledge is very, very important. Okay, and that is, I think, what the course is about. Next, please. Yeah, business intelligence and business analytics. Again, two very, very popular courses that you can do in your undergrad. And what it is, it again tries to use data, and there's a lot of data. It tries to make sense of data to either solve present business problems or to address future problems that might arise. So business intelligence is different. You're using data intelligently to solve present day business problem. Business analytics looks at the data, analyzes it, and tries to predict future trend. Okay, next, please. Yeah, the most, I think in my commerce class, in my school, that is out of 50 students, I think 40 of them want to do BBA. It is the hot selling cake right now when it comes to commerce students. And BBA, again, these are the various specializations that are offered to you. Next, please. And these are the various institutions or the various entrance examinations which you need to prepare for if you want to do your BBA. Of course, next, please. Yeah, what are the other areas that you can look at if you're doing BCom? There's Bachelor of Banking and Insurance, of course, the perennial favorite of being a lawyer, Bachelor of Accounting and Finance. You can do a BSc Honors and, BSc in Statistics, and then go on to Actuarial Sciences. You can do a Bachelor of Foreign Trade. You can, of course, go and venture into hotel management. There's event management, there's travel and tourism. So basically anything that is to do with business, investment, taxation, restructuring, joint ventures, mutual funds, all of that entire area of finance and business is open to you if you're a student of commerce. Thank you. So questions, sorry, if you have any.
Sorry to interrupt, ma'am, and thank you so much for your valuable guidance, but we shall be taking all the questions post the session of Humanities stream. I now invite Nikhil sir to address us all. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. I hope it is audible. Yeah. So a tip, I just want to share to the students. I know that we have science and humanities and commerce students here. So you can imagine we are sitting in different places and we are having these presentations, right? So the thing is what is Zoom, right? It is like a creation of a human. So obviously each and every individual will have their own skills and interest. So it is you have to think about that initially, what skills or what interest you have, and you can just work on that. The science, commerce, and humanities, it's a secondary thing. And first, you have to find what is your interest, and based on that interest, you have to work. And even human are creating these type of products or technology or something. It is used by human for different purposes. And even physics or those who are interested in science and people they will create some technology. Even AI and robotics, it's a new technology which is created by human. And it is been marketed or it is been used in the commerce sections also. Even AI have been used in finance for financial analysis. And you can think even in our day-to-day life, we have different type of applications like Paytm, Google Pay, and so these have been used, and these technology have been incorporated with this management topics. And moreover that it is interconnected. Even humanities, everything is interconnected, and human have used these technologies or the skills to create some product or something, and it have been used by the entire human. So I just want to share you have to find out your skills and you can work upon that. Even you can create some small projects I mean, like if you are interested to do something, just try with that. Like you have the facility of Google in front of you, and you can search and find out like what you want to do next, and you can try with that those things. And even like you can do whatever you are interested, and you can like enjoy. First of all, like if you are doing something, you just enjoy and do it. Like obviously, the ultimate goal or the ultimate like output will be it will be a useful thing, or else like you will be happy if you are enjoying and doing the things. So that's it, like, and thank you. And if you have any queries, means like you can post in the chat, like we'll.
Warm welcome to Nitina Dua ma'am and to all present. I would request the audience to have all of their questions. I can see that there are a lot of questions. So all of those questions will be taken up after the humanities stream session is taken by ma'am. So
thank you.
Nitina Dua ma'am, over to you.
Thank you, Saiba. Can I please share my screen? Is there a possibility? Am I able to? Yeah, right. Are you all able to see my screen? I will just do a very quick presentation, and I know everybody's been sitting for a very long time and it can get too overwhelming. I just wanted to start by what Anuradha ma'am had said about, the new age careers and how the world ahead is about the number of switch in the careers that your generation is going to make. The data says that it is going to be a switch of 7 careers, not 7 jobs. So the students who are currently in grade 9 and 10, that's what today's audience is. You have to focus more on the skills that you are learning in school that will enable you to take on to the world of work later. So what you're actually studying in school or might study in the undergraduate space might not be remotely close to what you might land up really doing in life. So focus on the skills that are critical. So, how it was in 2021, where it was medical profession was like this, but now everything is going to become digitized, right? A CRM, we have used to have a telecaller, they're going to be bots. Bots is also like robots, right? Which is going to have automated, already an automated message. So artificial intelligence is going to rule over a lot many things. But having said that, that doesn't mean that human element will fade out. That will not. Human related work and humans will be as relevant as they are today, and even more relevant in times to come. The grade 9s and 10s, as you are the maximum participants today, and also this goes out to the 11th and 12th. You can find a lot on Google of what you have to do, but you should absolutely be spot on what the World Economic Forum is talking about and what the Sustainable Development Goals are talking about, and how are you taking up projects related to the Sustainable Development Goals, because the world today needs healers. And are we becoming resourceful, responsible, purposeful, and resourceful citizens of tomorrow, because the world is becoming fluid. So the World Economic Forum talks about the multidisciplinary skills. Even if you're looking at studying your sciences, are you understanding the psychology aspect of many things that are relevant in the sciences space? Suppose if today there's an architect who wants to make a building, and these days spaces are so small, so he has to understand the mind of the person for whom he's making that space. So he should be able to understand this the psychology bit as aspect as this. So every subject that you study has to be absolutely relevant. So I wouldn't say that it can be completely a sciences, a commerce, or a humanities. Everything is now becoming multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary, and you should also be able to look at it. Agar aap ek science student bhi ho, you should pick up TED Talks of professors from universities around the world to hear about how are they integrating different subjects, how are they integrating sociology, psychology. I think, and the research also says that there was a time when psychology was the most sought after subject, but post-COVID, sociology has become most sought after subject. How did COVID start? So that everybody wants to get into the depth of the society. What are the habits? Did that got initiated? The second is think everything critically. Start to question. Please do not hesitate to question, no matter whatever stream you take, just question. Until you will not question, you will not start thinking out of the box. You will not be able to have the agility and adaptability to get into situations at work or even in your undergrad space to take on decisions like this. I mean, look at your teachers. I mean, the last 2 years, how the educational space has reinvented itself. How the leaders in the education space have thought critically to say that how can we bring that lesson plan inside our child's classroom, right? So very important thing, learn and adapt to technology. Whatever you are doing, wherever you are, today, if parents are a part of this session, smart parenting is how are you equipping your child to look at using technology smartly. In fact, give them projects to say, look at a problem around yourself and use technology as a tool to solve that problem. And these will actually become some important aspects of the college application. So you have to find solutions to problems through technology rather than spending a lot of time on social media. Divert your time into seeing that how am I using technology to solve problems. Students, very important point. And these all are these points that lead you to humanities and lead you to liberal arts as a stream. Learn different and unique skills. Please listen to more TED Talks. Listen to what transferable skills are all about, because these are the skill sets that you will look at gaining when you pick up streams like humanities, and many myths will get busted. People, you often would have, in our time, we would say that the intelligent students take the sciences, and then the ones that land up get into commerce, and the ones who get nowhere get into humanities. But that's not the truth at all. Some of the brightest minds in the world are people who studied liberal arts at undergrad, right? So we will talk about that. Very important aspect is building not just your IQ, not just your EQ. You should also look at your CQ and your SQ. So IQ is your intelligence quotient that you will get through any stream that you study. You will get your EQ, your emotional quotient, empathy, understanding how my peer is feeling. Am I able to find solutions for the world around me? Am I able to look at a community by large, understand what's happening? And the current example is, what Mr. Deepak was saying, read the news, Ukraine, what is happening there, and how as an entire world can we look at doing things differently and think about things differently. CQ and SQ, your cultural quotient, your social quotient, engage in programs and things that will help you to get to a point to diverge deeper. Even if you're studying physics, try exploring philosophy. Physics and philosophy are great combinations together. If you're studying mathematics, try history. History and mathematics makes an extremely amazing combination of clear dynamics. Using mathematical component to look at how old, how we go back into the historic age through that if you marry history and mathematics together. So I'm just trying to tell you how you can enrich, keep learning and upgrading yourself. I'm not going to read this, you all know it, Google has it, but I just wanted to do a quick understanding of people. I try to not look at the Facebook and, Google and all of that. I try to get into your age to say that, HP, CEO, she was someone who did a BA in medieval history and philosophy from Stanford. Your HBO CEO, he did a BA in government. Right? Your Disney company CEO was a BA in English literature and theater, right? Starbucks CEO was a Bachelor of Science in Communications. Your YouTube CEO was a BA in history and literature. Co-founder of PayPal was a BA in philosophy. So please do a lot of research around these things to say, how am I going back into picking up a subject? Am I happy to study it? Am I going to take a deeper dive into the subject choice that I'm going to do and get into? Do not think at is that, oh my God, I did not get my science and commerce and hence I'm getting into humanities. Trust me, humanities is also a science in itself. It's just about how you perceive that entire component. And look at the people who become world leaders today. Look at the people who become very successful in their careers today. What was the trajectory that they took? Because those people actually looked at the skills that they gained out of doing liberal arts education and humanities education. I would, you could read this and liberal arts is actually a broader term. Humanities and social sciences are something that come under it. So I do not want it to, you also have to enhance your terminology to see that what am I talking about? People actually do not really get to know the difference between what is liberal arts and what is humanities. So that's where it is, right? A liberal arts program is interdisciplinary, which actually comprises of your social, natural, and formal sciences. As I said, your physics with philosophy is a great input, right? And you have components like humanities and social sciences. So STEM and STEAM, I hope you understand. STEM is, of course, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Now the world's talking about science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, right? I won't read this. Benefits of a liberal arts degree, preparation of work in a variety of sectors. You've got lots of career choices. And trust me, when you get into that space, you realize there's just so much to explore there. And what is the world of work? What are employers today looking at? I was reading this report by L&T where they said that, we have so many engineers passing out in the country that the HR department actually does an engineering aptitude test for the employees, before they even want to call them for an interview. So you have to be good at what you do. Don't be a mediocre at what you do. Take a deeper dive into what you do. So 9th and 10th, you're studying everything and you have to be ready for that aptitude test. But 11th, you get into taking subjects of what you like. And that's a very critical choice. So when you take up subjects that you like, you also have to make the admission officers and the college people aware that beyond your school curriculum, how did you show interest and took a deeper dive into that particular subject? May that be psychology, may that be sociology, right? And if you say that I haven't heard enough, I don't know much about history, you have Google, you have YouTube, you have university professors who you could hear to, right? And pick up small courses online. You've Coursera, you've Udemy, you've edX. Pick up small courses to see how can I take a deeper dive and how you look at that particular subject to make a difference in the world around me. It's, of course, you have lots of careers that come with, you can get into academics, art, education, interpreter, marketing, political science, and of course, a lot of other career aspects that are there with humanities. And when you look at, you might wonder, why is there finance and why is there research analysis? As I told you, that you have to see, what you see. So, as Professor Maheshwara Chaitanya was saying that, when you see your Swiggy and your Amazon, reviews and your likes, they also try to read the psychology of people, of how many people are what is their mindset while they're making those reviews. So it's psychology and statistics that goes hand in hand. Skills that you gain from liberal arts. Here it is: communication skills, intelligence skills. You'll become more intuitive. You'll be able to envision. You'll be able to foresee. You'll be able to, adapt to situations with ease because you're thinking critically. You'll become agile. You'll become even more resilient as you will dive deeper into the past. You'll also have the ability to envision the future. Look at the advertising world today. Pick up any ad that comes on the television or social media. These days, you see children are the ones who are making a shift in the mindset of the buyer, because children are the voice in the home. So you have to see how the world is changing and what are the driving factors of things around us. And if you look at it, it's largely liberal arts and humanities that's really, really coming into a play in a very, very big way. I've just tried to make a list of top colleges in the country, as I shared already the top colleges while I was sharing with you the different leaders who've studied liberal arts in the different colleges. And here they are. And of course, as you have an entrance test for all of it, do take your high school experience as a one with a lot of seriousness, but also do not miss out on the joy of learning. Because once you keep that component of joy and happiness alive, trust me, it will become much more easier for you to make those choices and decisions. And I'll also like to end by saying that career counseling and career choices, subject choices, is a science in itself, right? You cannot pick up or choose a stream because someone asks you to do it. You cannot do it because you want to fulfill your parents' aspirations. You have to make that choice to say, that I am going to do it and I'll be accountable and responsible for what I choose to study. And I'm happy studying that and prove it in year 11, because those are the set of subjects that you will happily be by choice picking up to study. Thank you very much for your time. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Nitina ma'am, for guiding us and showing us the way. I would now like to invite Sudhir Katumala sir to address us all. Over to you, sir.
I think Saibia, can you ask all of your moderating friends to switch on the video once? Because I won't be telling any or showing any slides. I just want all of you to once switch on the videos and your mics, all the moderators, because other students can also respond to me in the chat box. Okay, I will just help you understand what we are trying to do today. Okay. So the thing which I want to ask all of you students who are doing this moderation and all, it's tremendous job, wonderful job. Thank you. But one thing I will help you understand what we're trying to do is, I hope all of you have used a Nokia 1100 phone. Do you know that phone? At least you heard the name of that phone. It's a small dabba phone which you used to call. There you can only do calling, play a snake game or a Sudoku game. So maybe your grandparents, your parents are used to use that. Anybody of you use that phone from the moderators or from the
I have not
audience?
used it, but I have seen it.
You have seen it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That tiny bulky phone. Nokia
Okay.
phone I've seen.
So what might be the cost of that phone? Anybody, any moderator can speak up.
I think about 2,000 or 3,000 rupees.
1,000 or 2,000.
1,000. I meant 1,000 or 2,000 rupees. Sorry.
Yeah, 1 to 2,000 the cost will be. Okay, what's the average cost of a smartphone which you use right now?
Minimum the smartphones today start from around 8,000, 8,500. The basic specifications.
Basic specifications is 8,000 and all. Oh, I hope all of you want to do a job right after completing your academics. Yes. Okay. I from top from my screen, I want all of you to tell me from Cyber what salary you're expecting monthly. I am not giving you any money. I'm just asking you what salary monthly you're expecting from Saibya, Ananya, Madhav. One by one, please tell me. Kartikya. Say, you should dream about getting some salary, right? You can just tell me. There is nothing wrong.
I don't have a specific value in mind, but anything that is enough for me to lead a comfortable life.
Okay, Ananya.
Exactly.
And I don't know what that value would be.
Yeah, I think so. I don't really know, because that would be like about 7-8 years away from now, but something with which I could live comfortably.
So you don't have a number in mind?
No, sir.
Kartike, Anya, Advik.
I don't have a number in mind either.
Why?
I suppose like
When you-
anything which can support the living standards and can be comfortable for me. So
Supporting the living standard means you can have 3 days, I mean, food every day. That can also supporting the living. But to have a proper economic stable life, you need some amount, right? You should be aiming for that, or you should have bigger dreams. Why you people are not aiming to earn like people who are like billionaires or something? Why there are no dreams like that? You're saying I should have a sustainable life and all. So see,
Personally, I from the beginning wanted to be a pilot. So I've researched a lot about what are the starting stipends for a pilot. So I have researched like a pilot for his first job as such, like a first job as a pilot gets 5 to 6 lakhs a month. So that is what I have dreamed of as an amount.
yes, that's what others also should think about. See, if you are thinking about a job or a dream career, you should know how much you can earn in that career, right? You should know what kind of job opportunities, how much you can know. So living a sustainable life, I know all of you are maybe hesitant to say that number. Why I'm asking you this? If you have your parents gave you 15,000 rupees and ask you to purchase a smartphone, what you look for? If you go to a shop and what you look for, tell me.
To have some basic specifications like a good processor, a good display, and with a good sRGB ratio,
Okay.
and a good battery life, which would like serve my purpose. in my budget.
Yes, that's good.
A
What are
phone
all
which
these
is
things?
like good on storage, because given this time, like where we have so many documents online, so many resources online. So like I would prefer a phone which will go more on storage. It will have a good camera for clicking photos and all that stuff.
What are all these things called? You are looking for some specifications. What are all these things called? Like RAM, storage, camera. These things have a specific name. We categorize them as features, right? If you like the features of a smartphone, usually we will be purchasing that smartphone no matter the cost. Sometimes we quarrel with our parents to have an iPhone. Sometimes the cost might be 60,000 and 15,000 and all. Likewise, when a company is coming to hire you and give you a job, what they will look for, and to give you 5 lakh salary or 1 lakh salary, or sometimes 1 crore also, it's possible to get. What they will look for?
What we give to the job,
The good
what we
communication
have in
skills.
different.
How we're adding value, and that comes usually in the form of our social skills, how we interact with people.
Yeah.
And
So what they will
how
look
quick
for?
we learn things, how quick we are to adapt to change and all that.
What resources we provide to their company.
Yeah, these things are called skills. So if you have the necessary skills, it's easy to achieve your dream job, easy to achieve your dream salaries. That is what required today. Degree based jobs are gone. If you completed a degree, you are not sure you won't be getting a job. It's entirely based on the skills. If you have the necessary skills, even without a degree also job is possible today. Today's scenario is like that. Industries are looking for candidates, students who got the desired skills. Today's session is to help you to understand that, okay, even you are aiming for 1 crore or 2 crore salary is also possible if you are bringing the necessary skills for that industry. You are coming up with a product, they will purchase that product and give you 2 crores just to develop it in a large scale. Okay, that is what is required from you people. Yeah, I hope you are understood, and be passionate about whatever you are doing. Give your 100%. Each and every career available today is equally competent. Okay, all the careers today are having ample opportunities. Do not think like commerce is giving more opportunities, arts is giving more opportunities, or engineering giving medicine. In each and every career, there is a person who made a name out for himself and who is earning on a good scale. Okay. I think now I can take it over, and we can have a Q&A session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir and ma'am, for addressing us and interacting with us. We shall be welcoming all the questions now. So, respected parents, to be ready with their queries, you are requested to mention the stream on which your question is based and address it to the expert you wish to be guided from. Please post your questions in the chat box now and keep the questions brief. So, I would like to set the ball rolling, and I would like to ask my first question to Nitina ma'am. Ma'am, I would like to know what job opportunities the humanities stream opens up in the government sector. Ma'am, am I audible here? Is ma'am here with
Sudhir
us?
sir, we would like you to take up this question, please.
Yes, yes. See, if you're looking for humanities jobs in government sector, so most probably you can get into literature-oriented jobs like teaching jobs. That is one thing, or you can get into journalism. That is one thing. I mean, there are very less government journalists are there, but there are good newspapers you can get into. Coming back to this, journalists or content writers for various organizations are there. Even our PM or various people who are politically roaming around, so they will be having, they need some content to be speak in various events. So the content writers, or what I talked about in designing sector also, you can have. But which specialization, if you can mention, I can give you a clear role. Coming to humanities, there are good government job opportunities also, but you need to write competitive exams first to get into that, because there are premier institutes like NIFT is there, and in humanities you can study in IITs also. I don't know, a lot of people know that. if you're studying humanities in IITs, there is a good way you can have more opportunities also. People write that exam, that competitive exam is available to you also. Please aim for that. So
Thank you, sir. We shall be taking any other questions in the chat box.
I would request parents to please come up with questions if you have any. You may raise your hand if you want to speak out your question. Sir, so there is a question. On what basis do top universities and colleges give scholarships give scholarships, or is it solely on academic basis what you've achieved?
So I'll answer that question. So a lot of universities that are available in our country today give scholarship based on merit. So if you are a meritorious student looking to study in premier institutes, uh, our university like Amrita University is offering 50% of seats based on your meritorious ranks which you achieved in our own engineering entrance exam which we conduct, or JEE exam which you are writing. 50% seats are reserved for scholarship. Likewise, every private university is offering scholarships like it, and premier institutes like IIT JEE, there will be communal scholarships also. If you want more information regarding the scholarships, there is a website also. You can visit. It's a government website because there are more scholarships. Talent-based scholarships are there, community-based scholarships are there, and means-based, because sometimes your father might not be earning a good amount. That means based scholarships are there. There are different varieties of scholarships are available from school also. So you need to get that information from that website. Spend one day time, you will get to know each and everything. Even private companies like Reliance Foundations and CSR organizations are also offering scholarships. Okay.
Thank you, sir, for your answer. I would request other panelists to also come up so that other people can ask their questions and they can be answered.
I think we had a question in the chat box. Some user wanted to know about the scope of marine biology.
What is
Sudhir, you want me to take it?
And I will answer it, sir. No problem. So
Okay.
so most of the marine biologists do a non-field job. It's not a desk job actually. If you are really looking for these kind of jobs, you should be on the move. Actually, it's not a study job where mostly you'll be traveling to a lot of water bodies, understanding how this marine organisms interact with the environment, how they are going to change, and you will be studying about oceanography and what are the changes that are happening when these organisms are there and not there. Because you can see when there are changes in the environment in the ocean, all these organisms might die. So these people can make a survey what actually happened, so that these fishes died and all, what environmental changes happened, maybe an oil spill happened or some wastage was thrown into the ocean. So this kind of studies will happen in marine biology. So it's kind of a more research oriented job is there. So but the thing is, it's not a desk job. You need to be completely on the move and all. So that's why if you're really interested in doing this kind of job, so it's a complete travel job. So please be ready with that. But there are a lot of in universities in India is also offering marine biology. So you just need to go to the respective website and get that information. Any other questions?
In the chat box, we have a question for Shoma ma'am. Ma'am, Madhav would like to know what are the courses that companies would prefer while hiring employees after pursuing commerce in high school?
Hi, Madhav. I think, thank you for the question. Well, when companies are going in to hire, when they're doing campus recruitment, they're going in to hire from specific programs, right? So the hiring is happening, say, from a BCom honors or a BBA. So they know what they're going to hire. So the positions are already decided, right? What they will look for is, like what has been said already, is the kind of skill sets that you bring in. Will you be able to work with, say, a high demand job? How good are you at handling pressure? How good are you at interpersonal skills? How good are you at communication skills? Right? So it's not as if they're going to hire from a specific stream of commerce and not hire from the other specific stream of commerce. When they're going in to hire, they will be hiring across. Are there certain streams of commerce which are higher in demand? Yes, maybe. Say business analytics may be higher in demand right now. Okay, hedge fund and stockbroking might be higher in demand right now. BBA, MBA has always been the perennial favorites. Okay, but keep in mind when they're going in and companies go to do campus placement and campus hiring, they know the job profile. They're trying to match you to the job profile, not the other way around. Okay, I hope I answered your question.
One thing I want to add for commerce students. Today, commerce students stop thinking themselves of uncharted accountancy only. If you see any top chain of companies like Facebook or Google, every company have a bigger role, which is CRO, which is Chief Revenue Officer. He is like after CEO and CTO. So this person plays a huge role in the finances involved in every company. Every commerce student should have an aim of becoming a CRO in a big companies like this. Okay, because these people almost have full control on the company in financial matters. Okay, people doesn't know there is a role like this actually. If you see any company, do research who is the CRO of a Facebook, do research who is the CRO of Pearson, or likewise, if you see a CRO of a particular company, these people are very big, but they won't come into limelight, but they study the board. All the company finances are managed by these people.
Thank you, sir and ma'am, for your answer. I hope the question which Madhav asked, they got their answer. I now request Sri Chaitanya ji to please guide us as what are the prospects in aeronautical engineering.
Thank you, Karthikeya. See, aeronautical field is the most emerging field now. I'm sure that you know why. The reason is because of the most important usage of drones in most of the sectors, even in the delivery of the goods and services. So aeronautical engineering is a little different from aerospace engineering. And the technical part of aerospace or the aviation industry is mainly handled by the aeronautical engineers. Aeronautical engineers can even work with satellite organizations or space research organizations. They can be part of the organizations like even DRDO. And we now see that there are a lot of private players coming into space like Elon Musk, and then the Virgin Atlantic, Richard Branson, etc. And we will 100% see similar type of players. I'm expecting that even the Reliance will be one of the players from India, because last year ISRO had announced that the space research will be open to even the private players. So the most important fact about aeronautical engineers is that their domain will not be limited to aviation industry, specifically to the aircraft, but also to the unmanned aerial vehicles as well as the drones.
Thank you, sir. I have a question for Lakshmi, ma'am. Ma'am, is pursuing a veterinary degree viable in today's time, and what are the prerequisites that we need to have?
So hi, I think I'm audible. So for veterinary courses also, different universities or different institutions are conducting their own entrance exam. So we have the entrance exam called AIPVT. It's the All India Preliminary Examination for the Veterinary Sciences. So every student who wishes to pursue a particular course, the first thing I wish to tell is you have to search about or research about the different entrance exams. So I'll give you one tip also. So there are different ranges of entrance examination. So it's like national level exams are there are state level exams, there are university level exams. So as a career counselor, when we are talking with students, every time we'll say like, always keep a backup plan with you. I know some speaker has already mentioned it. So it's like, if you're not getting a seat through a national level exam, think about the different university level exam or state level exam. So all the students have this backup plan with you. And for the veterinary courses, the exam is AIPVT, and there are different other exams also. So please try to search about it and start studying to crack the exam. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Lakshmi, ma'am. And thank you so much to all the mentors and experts for the insightful sessions and guidance. I think this has opened up doors for us to explore beyond our stream and make wise and educated decisions. Thank you once again.
We now come to the end of the stream-based session. We are grateful for all the guidance received from the panel of experts today. Dear audience, I'm sure this webinar will pave the way ahead for the new career choices of the 21st century for you. Dear audience, this is to once again recall that the CUCET aptitude test is a stream-based test for students of classes 9th upwards. Please note that the link will go live today on Edudevs website at 6 p.m. and shall remain so till 1st March.
Please remember that for attempting the CUCET aptitude test, you have to select the stream-based question paper, which would comprise of 30 questions to be completed in 20 minutes. You shall be given only a single attempt to test yourself.
And please remember, the winners will be declared on the second episode of 21st Century Careers on 5th March 2022 on the Edudevs website. The top 3 scorers will win an Amazon Alexa, and the 5 runners-up from each stream will bag a one-on-one counseling session with the experts from Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham University. All the best.
I now invite Devyani Kapoor ma'am to please propose the vote of thanks. Over to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, students. First of all, I would like to thank our audience and the students who joined us from GD Goenka Public School, Maxford School, Dwarka, Brain International School, Allen House School, and I think many other schools. Thank you so much, parents, teachers, students of these schools for taking away, for encouraging your students to be part of this session. Encapsulating the discussions which took place in this power-packed and enriching session was that we started with Ms. Anuradha Handa, who spoke about the various skills that are required to be future ready and how to effectively prepare for it. And also to tackle those changes. She said that change is always painful, but she did speak about grit and resilience, which are definitely the key skills of the current century. Moving on to Ms. Priyanka, who spoke effectively about, the power of decision making. And I think it is all about making informed decisions and choices. Mr. Deepak Madan enlightened us greatly with the various techniques and set on and enriched us with the parameters of how to crack the entrance examinations and what will be going ahead, the format of the CUCET test. I would really like to thank all our counselors from Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham University, our counselors, Ms. Shoma from Sun City World School, Ms. Nitina Dua from Shiv Nadar, to enrich the audience with the various possibilities that the future is going to hold for the current, the generations to come. And in the end, I would just like to quote that rather than student waiting for the opportunity, start preparing for the opportunity. And I think the 3-step model, which Dr. Deepak Madan spoke about, of reading the editorial, watching the news, and having that dear time when you do reading, because reading is very important. And Ms. Nitina Dua spoke about start hearing the TED Talks, and I'm sure you have a full-fledged recipe to crack not just the board exams, but any exam in life. Finally, I would like to end by just pointing out that, stay tuned to our next episodes of this mega web series, where we have chalked out a fruitful plan for all of you to how to ace your various career choices. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you.